real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Eliza Barker says she was friends with the defendant, but she turned out to be a disloyal liar who went to jail for credit card fraud. Eliza says she and the defendant became roommates, but she's suing her today for unpaid rent. Defendant Yelrisha Dunlap says Eliza has a bad attitude, and she's always interfering in Yelrisha's relationship. Yelrisha claims Eliza has a sugar daddy who supports her, her children, and her boyfriend, and she denies owing Eliza for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met Yelrisha back in 2012 through the witness, her girlfriend, Justice. We were all friends. Justice used to make passes at me when we were, when we met each other. And Yelrisha knew about it, but she tolerated it. Justice also got locked up for about 2 years, and Yelrisha then cheated.
Why are you referring to her experiences?
Excuse me?
Why are you referring to her witness
Because it just goes to show the loyalty about.
Well, I'm not going to allow you to refer to her background. She's not part of the case.
That's how I met Yelrisha.
All right, but all this stuff about her character has nothing to do with this case. She's not a party to the case.
Okay.
She's not a party.
I understand that.
You're not suing. You look confused.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not confused. I understand what you're saying.
That's what you do. That's how you're looking. Let's talk about her and what has been your experience with Miss Dunlap.
As far I met her through the witness.
Got that part.
Her character, she's not loyal. Her loyalty doesn't go as far. She tells lies. And she was incarcerated. I mean, she went to jail too for fraud, credit card fraud. She was working and she used someone else's credit card, one of the customers, and ordered a cell phone.
Okay, I hope you don't have any skeletons in your closet because she can have a field day now. Go ahead and have yourself a ball. Tell me what you want about that. I may or may not believe you, but you say what you want. Go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor, I've been knowing Eliza for 6 years, and throughout the 6 years that I've been knowing her, she's always been in my relationship. She used to tell me, "Oh, your girlfriend not good for you. You gotta move on. She not treating you right."
You put me in your relationship because you tells me what goes on with you all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and she's not so good herself. She has a sugar daddy that's taking care of her, her kids, and her boyfriend.
But the outcome
sugar daddy, be quiet. She didn't say one word while you were talking.
And how you gonna try to go?
Usually when the sugar daddy is involved, he's having relations with the adult.
But not the man.
He's taking care.
Not the boyfriend.
How you know?
If he have a relationship with that man, then something ain't right.
Like I said, usually that's the case. If you two adults, if one is taking care of the other, there's usually some type of relations going on.
I don't see how she had both of them because her attitude.
You don't see why she has both of them.
No, because her attitude is bad.
All right, you're quite naive. Go ahead. If you don't know how a woman could have two people, go ahead, ma'am.
Her attitude is
so bad. Go ahead. What else you want me to know?
Her attitude is so bad, Judge Mathis. She had a fight with her sister because her sister broke something in her house. It was something real tiny, and she could have just.
It was my personal property.
Be quiet. I told you to be quiet. I can tell her attitude, and you got one more time to say something without me allowing you to, and then you're out. Go ahead.
Okay. And she had a physical altercation with her sister about something small that she broke in her house. I understand it was your property, but it shouldn't have led to a physical altercation with your blood sister.
What else you want me to know?
When I moved with her, it just everything changed. We was cool in the beginning part, and how you just change up on me when I'm.
How so? Describe how she changed.
She'll get mad at her baby daddy, and then she'll take it up on me like I'm the bad person that's making her bad.
Did what?
Oh, you don't understand where I'm coming from. Just leave it alone. Stop talking to me. I'll deal with it myself, okay?
That ain't fine. All right, good enough. Your claim for unpaid rent, how does she owe you?
So in March, at the end of March, she called me crying because she didn't have anywhere to go. She basically was homeless. So I told her that she don't need to cry. You can come to my house and stay with me. So she came at April 1st, and we discussed, and she agreed that she'll pay $400 a month. And it was month to month, and I do have the contract.
Please.
So she came in April of 2016. I then moved my 5-year-old at the time, but now she's 6, out of her room, and I gave Arisha the baby's room. She had access to come in and out, so she paid for April and May of 2016 the $400, and from June to December she didn't pay anything. And each month I would ask her, when is can I have the rent money? When are you going to pay me? Each month I asked her, and she always came with an excuse as to why she didn't have the money, or can you wait for it, and I'll give it to you this day. So it was always a repetitive reason why.
How long were you all friends?
Like 6 years.
There's more Judge Mathis after this.
I don't want to say this right, but you know what? He was building a harem out of this apartment complex.
Yes.
Him and his wife were like swingers, and they were like trying to find everybody in there that just wanted to have sex. And because this girl here wasn't into it, she couldn't go out to her car without being harassed.
And coming up.
So where y'all
Wanted a
from?
sugar daddy. I'm
Where
sure
y'all
you can
from?
get one.
Where you from?
Chicago, the West
Oh,
Side.
they got plenty of sugar daddies.
Yeah, they did.
right through there.
But if she wanted one, she could have found her one. If
She
that's
could.
what she
Why are you
wants.
supposed to help her? You're our friend for 6 years. You
Well-
said, girl, I know you can't pay that rent, but I got a sugar daddy for you. He paid good. I grew up in Detroit, and I'm proud of her.
Character, she's not loyal. Her loyalty doesn't go as far. She tells lies. And she was incarcerated. I mean, she went to jail too for fraud, credit card fraud.
Defendant Yelrisha Dunlap is being sued by her former friend, and she claims Yelrisha is a disloyal liar who went to jail for credit card fraud.
6-year friend.
Yeah.
And you got the formula to getting money, and you don't share it with her.
You can't stay
You didn't
nowhere
tell
for
her,
free.
huh?
I have 2 kids, and I was pregnant at the time with my 9-month-old.
Right, but you
So
can still get her
I
a sugar
still have-
daddy. Same place you got yours.
If she
They
wants,
don't run out of sugar
if she
daddies
wanted a
wherever
sugar-
you're.
if
Where
she
y'all
wanted a
from?
sugar daddy, I'm
Where
sure
y'all
she can
from?
get one.
Where you from?
West Side.
Chicago, the West
Oh,
Side.
they got plenty of sugar
Yeah,
daddies
they
right
did.
through there.
But if she wanted one, she
yeah.
could have found her one. If
She
that's
could.
what she
Why are you
wants.
supposed to help her? You're our friend for 6 years. You
Well-
said, girl, I know you can't pay that rent, but I got a sugar daddy for you. He pay good.
Got a
He'll take
brother
care
or
of either
something.
you and your man and your woman. You can do that.
What a brother at, Judge Mathis?
Huh?
What a brother at? Give me the sugar daddy.
Thank you. The sugar daddy got a brother.
She knows him. She knows who he is.
But the brother broke because the sugar daddy borrowed all the money from the brother to get.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Next time, if you're a real friend and your friend is
sugar daddies.
broke, show her how to get the same thing you got. A sugar daddy who'll take care of you, your children, and
And the
your
boyfriend.
mate. That's a good deal.
That's a
Let me see, how's that work?
Because when I get the money, I supply the whole house
be
with
quiet.
it.
Me and Joel trying to see how we can get our rent
Let me
paid.
see y'all. Keep the
I don't have.
boyfriend to see.
Well, you got to do something?
Who?
When
I
you-
may
with
cook
the
him.
sugar man.
I may
Cook
cook
for
him, take him food to work, wash his clothes.
That ain't a bad
So,
deal.
and when I ask for something,
We
I
don't-
get it, and I take care of the whole house with
And
it.
we don't have to deal with him. No physical. We don't
I don't have to deal with him physically, no, because my
Hey, well, you give me one of them names.
But she left out the
No,
part.
you want to?
Yeah, I'll take it.
She left out the part.
Well,
She
take one,
forgot
I'll
to tell
take
you though.
one.
I don't have to do anything physically because he has a girlfriend that he has to go home to after work. So that's that right there.
Yeah, you
so,
got a good deal going there. All right. So how does she owe you? Tell me.
Yeah,
The
so,
$2,800.
like
The
I-
rent you told me she failed to pay after from June up
to
until when?
December. Prior to me putting her out in December, I told her, like, either you're going to pay me the money that you owe that's owed for the months that weren't paid, or you have to get out because you can't stay here for free.
Okay, ma'am. What do you say to the rent?
I don't feel like I should pay her the rent because she knew what I was going through before she took me under her wing. She knew that I was sleeping in my car. She knew I was house to house. Like, if you such of a friend, why rush me to pay you rent if you know
so
I'm trying to
you
get
never
back?
agreed to pay the rent?
Yeah, I agreed
So
to
if
pay
you're
it,
such a
but I
friend,
don't-
why would you lie to your friend?
I mean,
why would you
but I
tell
was
them,
still-
"Oh man, I'm gonna give you some money," and then you don't? That's
But I
the
was
worst
still
kind of
doing
friend. You
stuff
stole
around the
from her.
house.
You're stealing.
Oh, man.
You told her you'd pay it, now you say you shouldn't.
I was still doing stuff around the house from us.
And ma'am, you don't think you should pay because she knew you weren't working and that you were homeless or living place to place. And even though you promised her you would, she should not have believed you. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, I was helping her, like, doing free stuff. Doing
So
her
when
hair,
she asked for her rent, did you tell her that?
No. But
Why?
Anytime she asked me to do her baby hair, I did with no problem.
Okay. Why didn't you say, hey, I did these things for you, so I think that should offset the rent you're asking me for? Ma'am, did she do all these things for you, and did it amount to $400 a month?
What, doing my daughter's hair?
Cleaning up, doing your hair.
Cleaning up. Oh, she
Doing
you
cleaning
wouldn't
up, but
clean
we
up
all live together,
if it wasn't their house, huh?
We all live
You
together.
don't clean up when
Yeah, I
you
clean
live
up.
somewhere? So why you act like
got
cleaning up
OCD.
was
I
a
don't like-
special holiday? I used to clean up. I don't never do that. This was a very special. I need to get paid for cleaning my room. Any other defense, ma'am, other than she should not have trusted your word?
Oh, man.
And you should not have to pay rent because you cleaned your room. And you usually don't.
I really ain't.
And so you should get paid on holidays. I agree with you. You should get paid on holidays. Countersue her. Bring her back for your holiday pay. And we'll address that case then. In the meantime, I'm going to grant her judgment for rent. Have a good day.
We have no bad blood. I love you like you my baby mama, like you still is. You know, my kids love you. But if I help you, just help me. We help each other. You know, and it didn't have to get to this, but it did. But I still love her, though. No bad blood.
I love you, too. There ain't no bad blood between us. I'm going to see you later.
We love each other.
Plaintiff Keith Corliss dated the defendant, and he claims after she was sexually harassed at her apartment complex, he loaned her money for a new place. However, he's suing today because she has yet to repay. Defendant Deborah Lewis admits that Keith gave her money after she was harassed by her landlord, but she insists the money was a gift. Deborah claims after he gave her the money, Keith started harassing her. And once he tried to crawl through her window while she was in the shower. So she's countersuing.
Start with you, sir.
Yes.
Give me some background on yourself.
No.
On the case. No?
I don't believe
Okay,
so.
you don't have any? All right.
No.
I understand now. What do you want to tell me about the case? He's suing you saying you owe him for a loan. I asked him to tell me about it as you see, and he said no. So if you'll just tell me about it, then I'll give you the judgment. You can even lie, since he ain't going to say nothing back.
I will say, Judge, you're
What's
ready.
the
I will
truth?
tell
I
you
go
what-
with your truth. If he doesn't want to talk,
I will talk.
what is your truth? Huh?
I will talk.
I asked you. I said, give me some background. You said no.
Well, quite frankly, she was in an apartment complex.
You talking now, doctor? when I told you, she say 2 words, she wins. Go ahead.
It was not a good complex.
I wanted the money.
More of Judge Mathis when we return.
You trying to go through the window.
You know, one way or the other, you get in,
I
don't
see
you?
you. All right, sir. You know, one way or the other, you get locked up on the other.
Stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's Judge Mathis Throwback.
Happy.
Are you furious with a friend or family member who owes you money or has wronged you? If you're currently suing or thinking about filing a lawsuit, call 1-888-VERDICT or visit us online at judgemathisTV.com.
I asked him to tell me about it as you see, and he said no. So if you'll just tell me about it, then I'll give you the judgment. You can even lie, since he ain't going to say nothing back.
I will say, Judge, you're
What's
ready.
the
I will
truth?
tell
I
you
go
what-
with your truth.
Defendant Deborah Lewis dated the plaintiff, but she claims after they broke up, she called the police on him because he tried crawling in her window while she was in the shower.
Let me get some background from you, ma'am.
All right, I'll start from the beginning. I met Keith next door at my girlfriend's house. It was 4th of July. Keith came over and sat at our little barbecue. He's a little rude and crude, not refined like like I like in men, speak nice to me. So he left, and it was around September. My girlfriend had called me up, and Keith was supposed to take her out to dinner for a favor she's supposed to have done for him, and asked me if I want to go along. And she backed out. She'd rather go crabbing. Okay, so after that, yes, where I was living, the people that ran the complex did harass me constantly.
Sexually harass you?
Yeah.
It was horrible, man. The guy that managed it was like, I don't want to say this right, but you know what? He was building a harem out of this apartment complex.
Yes.
Him and his wife were like swingers, and they were like trying to find everybody in there that just wanted to have sex. And because this girl here wasn't into it, she had to hide behind the pillars to have a cigarette. She couldn't go out to her car without being harassed.
I was a prisoner in my own home. It was after Sandy, and I had to go inland to leave, the beach after we got hit.
And when you would see this couple, one or the other, they would say, hey,
yeah,
when you gonna come in?
You want to come in for a drink, and basically, rubbing your legs as we're sitting outside, and came right out and asked a lot of the women. So yes, I would smoke in front of the pillars and hide so they wouldn't see me. So it got so bad where they knew that I wasn't going to give in, and I got kind of like a notice of eviction. It wasn't through court, and I had to leave. I had 1 month. And that's when it came in, when Keith lent me the $1,300.
Now, did you all have a relationship, you and the plaintiff? And if so, how did that end?
Yes, we did. It ended because he was harassing me about the money. He was also calling me names.
What would you say to him when he would harass you about the money?
I don't have it. I had to move into a smaller, I thought it was a gift.
Okay.
And I had to move into a smaller place, than what I'm used to, smaller furniture, and all that, smaller.
Sir, she says it was a gift.
No, it was no gift.
Tell me the circumstances under which you asked her to repay you.
If you give a gift, you don't get a piece of paper in writing, signatured and dated, of a payback.
You have that? You have something like that?
Yeah, I got something like that.
Well, let me see it.
I don't remember that.
The one thing I like about you, sir, you clearly haven't been in any trouble before, or before a judge, because you don't know how to prove your case or defend yourself. You're about to lose your case and get locked up because you don't know either one. Yes.
I have a letter where he was harassing me a lot.
Okay, what was he doing? Tell me about the harassment.
He was coming over to my new apartment where I live now, wanting to go back with me, calling me names all the time, to the point...
How many times did he come over?
A lot.
I don't know what that means. 3 times, 5, 10?
Wow.
Estimate. 5 to 10.
About 10.
Okay, and that was uninvited.
Yes.
And in each instance, he would ask about trying to get you back and what else?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when he came the next time after cursing you, what did you say?
I said, stop coming on my property.
All right, you had told him that before though, right?
Yes.
All right, and then what did you say after he came back another time?
Stop coming on my property.
And then the next time you said...
Stop coming on my property.
All right, so 10 times you told him that. Have you ever heard of stalking?
Yes, I have.
So why didn't you call the police and say you were being stalked?
Okay, I did call the police one time. I was taking a shower and I heard somebody trying to get in my window. So I'm in the bathroom calling the police. It was Keith trying to climb into my window. So when...
You trying to go through the window.
One way or the other, you get in, don't you?
All right, sir. One way or the other, you get locked up on the other.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
He wanted little things back, And so they called the police. By the time I got dressed, the police were already there, and he had spoke with the police. I don't know what happened.
They let him go?
And they let him go.
All right.
We'll be right back. And still to come.
You were paroled 10 years ago?
I've been paroled a long time ago.
And you got back in trouble then?
No.
And when did you get out?
2006.
All right.
So that's even longer than that. I wouldn't count.
You don't know how long it's been since you've been in trouble. What you still doing?
I got kids.
Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Judge Greg Mathis.
Pain relievers might all seem the same.
I was taking a shower and I heard somebody trying to get in my window. So I'm in the bathroom calling the police. It was Keith trying to climb into my window.
Defendant Deborah Lewis dated the plaintiff, but she claims after they broke up, she called the police on him because he tried crawling in her window while she was in the shower.
Sir,
I have a note from my daughter, my son-in-law.
saying what?
That his,
Tell me
he
about him
harassed-
cursing you out. I haven't heard any
Okay.
testimony on that.
He would tell me I'm nuts, that my family agrees that I'm nuts.
Where would he tell you these things?
As he's in my driveway, because I
Sir,
would.
did you go over to our house 10 times after breaking up with her?
I did not
How
count.
many times,
Come on,
approximately?
You don't count. Yeah, probably.
He said
yeah.
about.
Probably
You know
10
what?
times. All right. And your $1,300 loan, you have a note that says, I borrowed $1,300 from Keith.
I don't
Pardon me?
remember that.
You don't remember it?
that.
All right.
A lot has happened, and
Pardon me?
oh wow. That's me.
All right.
But in my
At least you're
defense,
honest after you get busted. You lied at first.
But in my-
$1,300 for the plaintiff.
Wait.
However, I'll give you your $500 for harassment. Can't come by anyone's house 10 times. The third time, by the way, is stalking. Someone tells you twice not to come by, not to call me. That third time, you have broken the law, and it's called stalking. Have a good day.
I don't want Keith to come by and hurt my feelings and call me names. The worst name he called me was a train wreck. That really bothered me. And talk about my children and say my children think I'm crazy.
You know, when you text somebody 100 times and they refuse to text you back, you know, you say, I'm coming over to bring you what you asked me to bring you, and you don't get no answer back. I mean, that's pretty frustrating, you know? It's like, you know, I'm already there, and I'm not turning around, and she wants it, and I'm bringing it, and if you want to chain me and cuff me, I'm in.
That's not true.
Plaintiff Cheyenne Yates is a 21-year-old student who attends Indiana University. Cheyenne claims one day she was walking her dog when the defendant's dog came out of nowhere and attacked her dog. Cheyenne says although her dog survived, she incurred veterinary bills, so she's suing. Defendant Joseph Knight says he was a troubled kid who was incarcerated for 10 years. But once he was released, he turned his life around. Joseph insists he paid Cheyenne for the veterinary bill and therefore doesn't owe her for anything.
Start with you.
I'm 21 years old. I recently took a job as a caretaker where I take care of people with disabilities. I'm a student at Indiana University full-time, and I also work full-time at my job.
Great. This your boyfriend?
Yes, this is Tyler.
All right. He don't look like he deserves you. Where you go?
I don't.
You in
sir.
college? You don't.
I
She
don't.
sounds special.
No, he does. He goes to college as well, full-time.
All right. Well,
Yes.
now you getting there. All right. You're looking good and healthy and going to school. You're grinning a little too much now. Hold on. I'm telling you, you look good now. I was about to say you don't look like you're using drugs, but you're sitting over there. You got that look in your eye now. As long as you're getting all A's, you're all right with me. As long as you're staying in college, you can sneak behind her back and hit you a toke every blue moon. All right. So two good young people. So had you known the defendant before the incident you're suing about?
No, sir.
Okay. Let me hear from you, sir. You want to give me some background?
Yes, sir. I was a bad kid and did probably about 10 years penitentiary. But if you don't acknowledge your past, you won't have a future.
Mm-hmm. How long ago did you were you released?
Oh, I haven't been in trouble for at least 10 years.
You were paroled 10 years ago?
I've been paroled a long time ago.
And you got back in trouble then?
No.
And when did you get out?
2006.
All right.
So that's even longer than 10. I wasn't counting.
You don't know how long it's been since you've been in trouble. What you still doing?
I got kids.
You gonna
I
come
got
in
kids.
a
You don't
minute,
count
I'm
them.
gonna have you down to a year.
Yeah.
Well, good. It's
Yeah.
good to hear that you've
Yeah.
changed your life, and your kids were a part of that,
Yes, sir.
convincing you to do so.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned. The case continues after this.
Cute, but it looks dangerously cute.
Oh, no.
All right, and so what happened again?
I was walking Chevy, and another dog attacked him. I was kicking the dog, trying to get him off of Chevy, when two women came out and grabbed the dog.
One judge laying down the law.
Why are you so violent? Are you violent often?
And getting the job done. The one and only.
There you go.
Judge Mathis.
If you're in Chicago and would like to attend a taping of the Judge Mathis Show, call us at 1-866-3-MATHIS. Plaintiff Cheyenne Yates is suing the defendant for veterinary bills because she claims the defendant's dog attacked her dog.
All right. What else you want me to know? Anything else?
Yeah, I just don't trust people too much. So
Why?
Because the situation is going on here. They had an agreement that we pay half the bill.
Okay, we're going to talk about that shortly. All right. You're not doing wrong, are you?
No, sir.
All right. You getting high or nothing?
No, sir. You look at that eye, ain't you?
Ain't no eye. You know I know what getting high looks like.
Right there.
Now. Come on. Keep an eye on you. You subject start nodding over there in a minute. And I know I'm going to keep my eye on you. All right. Now, your claim for a vet bill, how much?
$143.
And 143?
Yes.
Your entire claim today is 583. So tell me what happened, first of all.
Late March of 2017, I was returning from a vacation in Mexico with my boyfriend, Tyler. We moved into an apartment, and I was walking my dog, Chevy, and I have a picture of him, actually.
Let's see it. Oh, that's a pit bull. Look at this cute and...
No, he's an American Staffordshire
What is
Terrier. American Staffordshire Terrier.
Cute, but it looks dangerously cute.
Oh, no.
All right, and so what happened again?
I was walking Chevy, and another dog attacked him. I was kicking the dog, trying to get him off of Chevy, when two women came out and grabbed the dog. We parted ways. I called the animal control, and I called my boyfriend. Animal control came and took my statement. I have a copy of the report.
Go ahead.
I went to the vet, and I have a copy of the vet bill as well.
See it?
Thanks.
The animal control guy showed up and told me the name and the address of the supposed owner, who turned out to be the dog sitter. And the owner is Joseph over here, who I met the last time we spoke when I was trying to get money for the vet bill.
And what was that discussion regarding the vet bill with Joseph?
He said that he was going to make payments on the remainder of $83, and he told me to contact him the next week. He gave me his phone number and his name.
So how much had been paid?
$60.
60 and 83 due? Mm-hmm. And he agreed to pay it and has not?
Yes. Yes.
Sir?
No, sir. I told her I would get. I told her that they already paid her $60.
They whom?
I did paid it, but I guess my son gave it to her.
Okay.
So I told them that I would give them the other $40. Well, when she came to get the other $40, I had just come home and I didn't have it that moment. And she demanded that she wanted the other $80-some. I said, we already said that I would give you $40 and we'd be done with it. I said, so now I'm not doing it at all. You just call somebody because you just broke the agreement that you made.
All right. So since we don't have an agreement, it goes to whether there was liability. Now, was the dog on a leash?
His dog, no.
There you go. You're liable. Your dog wasn't on a leash. The $500 is for what? Emotional distress. How so?
Yes. My dog.
Does the dog suffer a permanent injury?
Yes, he does have
permanent
scars
injury?
on his face, and he now suffers dog aggression due to being scared of other dogs. So now I have to pay for training, and I have to muzzle train him, and I have to be scared every time I go out of my house because I'm scared of other dogs. now.
Why are you scared of other dogs?
I'm scared of, because he's scared of other dogs, so
Okay.
I don't want him to get attacked or him attack another dog due to that fear.
Got it. All right. You're scared what might happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge Mathis rules on this dispute shortly. And next, a Judge Mathis throwback.
And you don't do no more for me than I do for you. When you go to school, you work, I babysit for you.
Do you know what you put me through? Do you understand what you are putting me through? Do you know? I'm sorry, but do you know?
Pain relievers might all seem the same, but Salon Pa's pain relief patch is the...
Plaintiff Cheyenne Yates is suing the defendant for veterinary bills because she claims the defendant's dog attacked her dog.
All right. Sounds reasonable. $583 is your judgment, sir. You're negligent for not having the dog on a leash. That's required by law, and you're the owner. And even though you may have a dog sitter or whomever, you'll have to get the money from your dog sitter. But the owner is ultimately liable, and that would be you. $583 is your judgment. Good luck to you in college, and good luck to you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
It's that time again. Time for this week's Judge Mathis Throwback.
The plaintiff, Latifah Moore, says she was robbed by her mother, who has a substance abuse problem and a history as a thief. Deborah Lloyd, the defendant, says she's sorry for her daughter's losses, but she didn't do it.
Prove your case to me.
My mother broke into my house on October 31st.
Broke into it?
Yes. Me and the kids went out trick-or-treating. When I came back home, my front door was I lived upstairs. The front door was kicked it in. And my television, I had 2 TVs and 2 VCRs. They were gone. I called the police. They came. I made out a report. My mother also said that she lost the television.
How'd they get in her place, she said?
Her door was already open. It's always open because she doesn't have a key to it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
I questioned my mother and asked her, why did she come in my house and take my belongings?
How did you assume it was her?
I knew it was her, sir. My mother has been
How was you know it was your mother that came and broke in your house?
My mother, she has a drug addiction. She's been on drugs for about 13 years now.
All drug addicts don't steal from their parents. From their children.
Yeah.
They don't even steal from their relatives. Some drug addicts do, but many don't. So I'm wondering what made you think that this was your mother that would do this? Has she stolen from you before?
Yeah, this is not the first time. This is not the first time.
Tell me that then.
We've lived in numerous houses, and she's taken money from me
all the time. Okay.
She's broken into my stepfather's cousin's house before she broke into my house.
Okay.
She broke into their house, and they seen her. The lady seen her. She was at home, and she seen my mother coming into her house.
Now you're getting closer to giving me a reason for you to think that.
She's broken into someone else's house, and me, my sisters, and brothers were at the house. She's brought TVs,
You want to speak for yourself for a minute? She's saying you're a cat burglar of the highest order.
No, I'm not a cat burglar, and I have not broken nobody's houses. Maybe I went to a store and took things. I never broke in your house. And besides, whoever came into the house Halloween night not only took her 2 TVs and VCR, they took my TV too. Okay, but I got accused of that.
Now tell me why she making this stuff up.
Now,
ma'am. You just can't just keep talking and say anything you want.
Yeah.
You got to listen, and then you have to answer my question. I'm sure you done been in court before, haven't you?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
You done been in court before, haven't you?
Right.
All right. So you know how it goes.
Right.
All right. Now, she says that you've done this several times before to other relatives and friends.
No, I haven't.
You tell me about these incidents that she's done it in the past.
I have 2 letters from my brother and my sister.
They say they saw
stating that they've been there at the house when my mother done went and broke into people's houses and come back to the house with the goods and don't have any money.
You don't have any evidence about this particular incident you're suing her for, do you?
Okay, on October 31st, no.
You say you've never done that?
No, I haven't.
I want to read this from your other son. So Robert says, to whom it may concern, I have been a witness to Ms. Lloyd, my mother, going to people's houses and breaking in. I have been at home and saw her bring in televisions, VCRs, stereos, and also CDs and video games, whatever she can get. Your other child, is this your child too, Keisha?
Yeah.
She would bring stereos, computers, TVs, and other things to her house. I know she didn't pay because she would act differently when she bring it in. She would have these things for a couple of days and they would be gone the next. What do you have to say about that? They lying too?
Yes, they lying.
Okay. Do you currently have a drug problem?
No, I used to have a drug problem. I used to. I admit that I cleaned my act up.
All right, but she said you cleaned her out before you cleaned up.
No, I didn't.
You didn't clean her out on the way to clean it up.
No, I didn't. I did not break in.
When did you clean your act up?
I've been clean for 3 years now.
Oh my!
You have not smoked crack in 3 years.
Yes, I have. I haven't cleaned smoke crack in 3 years.
How did you clean yourself up?
I went to a program. I've been in rehab. I'm clean today, Your Honor.
Today?
Today.
Today?
I'm clean. Today.
And Miss Broken, she broke in your house. She said she been clean for 3 years.
Your Honor, the reason why my mother is in a drug rehab program now is because downtown made her go and get in a drug
Yeah, were you in a program now?
She had to get it in order for her to get
Hold on, you're in a program now?
Yes, I'm in a mental health program now, Your Honor. I am
No,
clean
she started going to drug treatment to NA meetings back in I give it 5 months ago. Okay, she went because SSI made her go. And because this is what she was getting her SSI for. They told her she had to go in order for her to get her SSI. My mother has stopped. Your Honor, my mother lost custody of us because she wouldn't go get into a drug rehab program.
I got all that, but she says the last 3 years she has. That's what we have to focus on.
More Judge Mathis Throwback when we return.
One judge laying down the law.
Why are you so violent? Are you violent often?
And getting the job done. The one and only.
There you go.
Judge Mathis.
If you believe your child's owed money, call 1-888-VERDICT or visit us online at www.judgemathistv.com. And now, more Judge Mathis Throwback.
Plaintiff Latifah Moore claims she was robbed by her own mother.
When did your SSI begin, ma'am?
My SSI began in 93.
All right, and you're still getting it?
I'm still getting my SSI.
What is your SSI for? Is it because of your drug?
Based on my mental capacity.
No, ma'am, let me explain to you. The judge is well aware of that process too.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my very best friends I grew up with all my life, he died the day his SSI check came. He had been a drug addict for years. He requested SSI, and they were granting back in the 90s SSI to many drug addicts, simply saying that drug addiction was a disability. So you didn't have to work, you got a check for being a drug addict.
Okay,
I thought that was the worst policy I'd ever heard of. Time he got that check, he went spending on drugs and OD'd and died.
Okay, but
so is that what your SSI was for?
No, it's not.
What was it for?
It started out giving it to me for drugs. Okay, but
when did it change and how?
It changed last year.
Why?
It changed because they because the government changed.
Right, they changed their policy. Thank God they don't do that anymore.
So I get my SSI now for mental. I'm not playing crazy.
After 10 years of smoking crack, you would have a mental problem. You're right. They should give it to you for that now. But anyhow, that's not what we're here today to discuss. We're here to discuss whether you broke into your daughter's house. What you want to say?
That I love my mother. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I'm just tired of her treating me the way she's treating me and walking over me and running over me. I be here for my mother. I try to help my mother in anything that she needs. If she asks me for it, I'm giving it to her whenever she needs it. Whatever it is, if I don't have it, I can't give it to you. But if I have it, you ask me for it, I give it to you. And I'm just tired. I'm tired and I know she did it. I want her, she won't admit that she did it. I don't know why, but I know she did it. And she knows she did it. You did it. And I don't know why. Why don't you just sit here?
Latifah, I did not break in your house. And you don't do no more for me than I do for you. When you go to school, you work, I babysit for you.
Do you know what you put me through? Do you understand what you are putting me through? Do you know? I'm sorry, but do you know? Do you know how much hurt I have in me from what you have done to me, what you are doing to me to this day? Do you understand that? Do you know?
I understand you hurt, but I did not break in your house, Latifah.
Okay. Your mother is still addicted to drugs in my
Yes, she is. And I thought that this would help her.
Yeah, no, nothing to help her but consistent treatment. What we're going to have to do today, unfortunately, you didn't prove your case, and I got to go by the law. I'm going to order you for drug testing And if drug testing comes up positive, I'm ordering you to drug treatment for 6 months, inpatient treatment. Because these little 30-day jobs ain't doing no good. I got a relative of mine, been to 5, 6, 7 different 30-day deals, 90-day deals, and ain't none of it worked. So you need some long-term treatment. And 3 years of NA meetings at a minimum of 4 times a week. You understand that?
Yes, I do, yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you're telling the truth this time about your drug addiction. You might just be too ashamed to admit what you've done in the past, but I'm inclined to believe you won't admit what you've done because you're still addicted. Young lady, I can't grant you anything on your loss, but I hope what I've granted to you is more important than these material items, and that is some treatment and rehabilitation for your mother. So that's the order of this court. Have a good day. Good luck to you both.
All I got to say is I did not break in your house, Latifah. Okay?
Ain't nothing I can do about it.
You know, I'm going to do the best I can for you, and I always did the best I can.
Yeah, of course.
Okay? And I'm sorry that this happened to you, but I did not break in your house.
Okay.
In spite of what I did in my life.
We recently spoke with defendant Deborah Lloyd, who says she did not get the drug test after the case because she was already in an outpatient rehab center at that point, but admits that she relapsed. Deborah also admits that she was arrested after her case was heard on drug-related charges, but claims jail saved her life because she's been clean since December 13, 2005. Deborah also told us that she and her daughter, Latifah Moore, are now close.